Of all the founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson led a life full of complexities and contradictions. He authored the immortal words, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal," yet he was a slave owner his entire life and freed only a handful of slaves in his will. He was a strong deist, even more than Franklin himself, yet he often referred to God in personal terms and acknowledged his protection, goodness, and his roles as, quote, "our Redeemer, the Father of his people, and Almighty God." He believed that presidents and public officials should not endorse religion or prescribe any religious exercise, yet he recommended a day of thanksgiving and prayer while he was governor of Virginia. He was a devoted husband and grieved at his wife's death greatly, yet rumors circulated as early as his presidency of him having a slave for a mistress. Although Jefferson was filled with complexities and contradictions, he left a lasting legacy personally, politically, scientifically, architecturally, educationally, even internationally. I think one of the greatest contributions and legacies of Jefferson was his vision for the United States' future and his personal involvement in its expansion. When he was president, Jefferson was instrumental in Congress's decision to purchase the 827,000 square miles of land west of the Mississippi, known as the Louisiana Territory. This shrewd business deal with France eventually added 15 new states and was the greatest land expansion in U.S. history, doubling the United States' size. Believing himself to be the servant of the American people and possessing a prophetic vision for the future of the newly formed United States, Jefferson took personal responsibility for this financial and constitutional purchase, proclaiming, "It is the case of a guardian," investing the money of his ward in purchasing an important adjacent territory, and saying to him when of age, "I did this for your good." Historians such as Linda Thompson in her book, The Louisiana Purchase, argue that this land purchase, resulting in the vast expansion of the United States, could be one of Jefferson's greatest contributions and lasting legacies. Because the western boundary of the Louisiana Purchase was contested by Spain at the time of its purchase, Jefferson wasted no time in also asking Congress to organize and fund 3 missions to explore and map the new territory, the most famous of these expeditions being the Lewis and Clark expedition. Although Jefferson's primary reasons for the expeditions were to firmly establish an American presence in the Western Territory and clearly map it for future settlement, Jefferson also had economic and scientific reasons. He wished to establish trade with friendly Indian tribes and to learn about the region's geography, plant, and animal life. Jefferson was an intensely curious man and loved to explore his surroundings, discover scientific methods for more productive farming, and invent things to make life easier. Robert Middlecoff concisely sums up Jefferson's passionate curiosity and scientific bent in the following words: "But more than most men of his time, surely more than most men of any time, he had imagination." Jefferson indeed had the imagination to foresee the potential for all of the United States, as well as the initiative to seize upon economic opportunities and establish the rapidly expanding nation through learning all he could about it. This legacy, although a small part of Jefferson's life, created and changed the history of the United States and its people, fulfilling Jefferson's dream of being a nation from sea to shining sea.